O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 MDX, $469 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
Take a journey to our Caribbean paradise at Toyota of Hollywood. Get in the groove with great deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a Corolla, not $24,000, just $17,975. You'll be cruising and chilling with super low 2.99% financing. Feel the rhythms of the Caribbean today at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiamiCF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
Just one place sold the most Acura models in the last 16 years. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive the new 2024 RDX, $419 a month during our 16th anniversary sale.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty, welcome aboard. Yes, sir. Time to rock and roll on a beautiful Monday. It is June 17th. Man, we are halfway through the year. We celebrated our 4th anniversary. Yes, sir, this weekend on Saturday during the game. Saturday was our 4-year anniversary on the show, because we're really not a podcast. So, I always have an issue with that. Oh, it's a podcast? Well, it's podcasted, but we're really a live YouTube show. So for our 4-year anniversary of our live show. So thank you all, those of you that tuned in on Saturday. The crowd was smaller on Saturday night. They lost. Something tells me it would have been like 3-4 times the size of what it was. You fair weather junkies out there. You saw they lost and you abandoned me on Saturday night. But that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. You'll be back on Tuesday night. Let's see if we load it up. We'll be back Tuesday night with another Panthers post game, and this time we'll be celebrating our first ever Stanley Cup championship. So let's get it done, baby. Let's get it done. We got some stuff to talk about. Ira Winderman will join us in a little bit. So we'll talk some basketball. We'll preview the NBA Finals tonight, as both teams were looking for the sweep, and both teams couldn't close it out. And it's not a, when I look at the whole Panther situation, okay, this is the way you're supposed to look at it. Okay? This is the way you're supposed to look at it. You're not supposed to be pissed or have some kind of an attitude because they didn't sweep. This isn't a team that's trying to win their third cup in a row or some shit like that, or fourth cup in a row. It's like some super team that they're above this and they should have beat them and all that. No. This is a team trying to win their first ever. Okay? You're supposed to be super happy that they went and got the split and put them in a position that they're screwed, that they've got to win 4 in a row. That's what you've got to be happy about. And then Conor McGregor, it took him 4 games to have a good night finally. So it's like I think the way it goes, well, then it looks like you may not have that great of a game tomorrow, because that's what they've done to everybody else. And by the way, the Panthers have lost 1 or 2 games in every series. So let's not make it sound like they've been sweeping all the series. You get it? So this is like, I don't know. There was panic. Steven, who's kind of, we love him, but he's kind of a drama queen. He's like, oh my God, what if this now is a whole thing and they get hot and they win the next 3 and they win 4 in a row, and how will our franchise ever recover? And I'm like, yo, bro, relax. Take it easy. It's just 1 game. That's all it is. They were desperate. They needed it. So relax. This is nothing. They're 3-1. They have dominated every single round, including this one. They have dominated, but they have lost. I had to remind a buddy of mine, hey, bro, they've lost 1 or 2 games in every series. Chill out. It's like, I don't get it, but chill out, relax. So Cats will be fine. They are freaking phenomenal. Okay. It was a night that, Oilers were due, and kind of like the Dallas Mavericks, they were getting their asses kicked and they were due for that one night. And Boston, let up on the gas, and the Mavs took advantage and they avoided the sweep, which is what you want to do. By the way, we want you to hit the like button. Por favor, please. Do it for the show. Do it for Sean Stanley. Do it for our 4-year anniversary. Do it. And Stephen D. Felipes, thank you, sir. You can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. And you can make a Bitcoin donation. And Stephen opened up Monday with a sweet Bitcoin donation. Thank you, sir. Bitcoin donations are our favorites on Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. We'll see if Bitcoin starts moving. Are we on Instagram? Are they seeing us? Because I think we posted Instagram today for the first time. So we're live on Twitter. We're live on, what's the other one? On Instagram. And what's the other one we're live on? I forgot. Let me see. Twitter. YouTube, right? Is that what it is? YouTube. Right. I guess that's how it is. YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. So hello, Instagram, just in case, because those of you may never see the show. Some of you don't even know. I run into people all the time. Hey, bro, I miss you on QAM. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm on every day. Live every day on YouTube. Go, get away from the radio. Come on over here and join us. So I appreciate all of you out there. Please smash the hell out of the like button. That gets, the algorithms going. It sends it out to folks so that way they can find the show. Toyota of Hollywood. We were there last week broadcasting live from the beautiful Toyota of Hollywood. So thank you all out there. Alexis Palenzuela, thank you for the donation on Venmo. Have a great week, Big O and Sean. Thank you, Alexis. Appreciate it. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. Always. And where is Bitcoin, by the way? That is, when are we going to pop is the question, because it is about to pop. There's no doubt about that. Where are we at? 65,000 still? And we've been heading down right now this morning. We were at 66.7 at 6 p.m. last night. And since then, we've gone down to 65,249. So thank you, Stephen D. Felipis, for the Bitcoin donation, because you did it during a dip, which is even more deadly. Thank you, sir, because that thing is about to rebound. And when it does, it's going to get nasty. By the way, Michael Saylor's about to buy $700 million in Bitcoin. Deutsche Telekom, which is the largest European telecom, they are starting to mine Bitcoin. They've already been running a node since 23, but now they're going to start mining Bitcoin. And Van Eck is starting a Bitcoin ETF on the Australian Securities Exchange. So it's just a matter of time, and we are going to get... Here's my prediction, and I've said this a couple times. We are going to have 2 God candles. Not one, but 2 God candles in this bull run in the next 9 months. It's going to happen twice, where Bitcoin is going to run $10,000 in one day. It'll go from 70 to 80, or it'll go from 100 to 110, or whatever it is, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen at least twice. Mark my words. There's too much, and the exchanges are drying up. And when the exchanges get really low, that's when we're going to have that magical and that beautiful supply shock that is just going to be catapulting it to stratospheres. Mark my words. So you will see. It's going to be pretty nasty. Let's see. What do we have here on the chat board? Do a little roll call. Heriberto Hernandez is in. And yes, they did, Heriberto. Take one of 2. That's exactly what you want to do. Steve Chapman is in the house with a wake-up call. Yes, sir, for the Panthers and the Celtics. That's right. Steven Gonzalez is panicking probably still. Says Panthers need to finish it off tomorrow. Can't give these cheaters life. Steven is nervous. Whew, my God, 1 game, and the guy is ready to jump ship. Jamie Zorria is in the house in San Jose. Thank you, and happy Father's Day to all, he says. I hope you all had a great Father's Day. I know I had a perfect Father's Day. Hung out with the wife, hung out with my daughter, and we went to Odyssey. We went and played some video games, got to play all kinds of stuff, from Galaga to Burger Time to Gyrus. We played Qbert. We played pinball. They have a Mandalorian pinball machine. Got that. Bunch of stuff. And then we ate in Hole in the Wall next door. I love their conch fritters. So simple, but it was beautiful, bro. You know, just relaxing, hung out with the family. Just a perfect day, man. Really was. I hope you guys had half the day I had. So it wasn't about gifts or anything. The gift is family, bro. You know, that's it. That's the gift. Is just being able to hang out with my girls. That's all. Outside of that, you know, the rest is bullshit, as they say. Cosa Nostra is in the house. Thank you, sir. Thank you. For the anniversary well wishes. Oscar Rojas in Melbourne. Ray Sosa Motors. Stephen Harris, thank you, sir. Jeff is in Long Island. How do I feel about the Tua contract? It'll get signed. I'm not worried about... Brother, the media has to do what they have to do. They're bored. They got nothing. So, hey, let me, you know, are the Dolphins, you know, being cheap? Are the Tua people playing hardball? Are they, you know, and so they're all speculating. None of them know shit. Just so you'll know. Okay? None of them know anything that's going on. But they got to fill space, dude. You know? So it's all crap. It is what it is. Good morning. Oh, Caitlin Clark showing maturity beyond her years in her rookie season. Did you see her? Did you see her block shot? Yep, a la Dwayne Wade. Her D is getting better too. She had like 8 rebounds yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, she had 8 rebounds yesterday and 2 blocks. Yep. She actually we'll get into Caitlin Clark because there's some stuff that we got to get into with Caitlin Clark because obviously Reese continues to be an absolute punk. Anyway, Silence Assassin, Gus, Ocala Joe is in. Hope you also had a nice Father's Day there, Ocala Joe. Thank you for smashing the like button. Smash the hell out of it. We're at 55.98 watching. Come on, pick it up. Let's go. Let's see. One-Eyed Jack, John Padilla, Eddie Lepp, Alex Palenzuela, Aaron Hernandez, Nico Jones, Kyle Cockrell, Nyborg. May you have peace and good health on this Monday morning. Thank you, Nyborg. Appreciate you, man. Armando Justo, Ryan AP, Lisa Rose, Ragin. Rosendo says, in every moment, the past is born and the present flows into the future, taking the moment that already passed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Congrats on 4 years. Thank you, Ryan AP. I appreciate it. And hopefully, with your help, we can go many more years ahead, which would be nice if we can pull that off. McDavid, bro, not McGregor. Oh, you know what I meant. Whatever. Let's see what else. We got this one Tuesday. Yes. Hateful Steve is the king of drama. Yeah, he's still hating. That never took on the challenge because, of course, that's kind of what you do when you challenge these kind of people. They don't ever want to hear the truth, and they kind of avoid it. So, that's kind of what he does. TV announcers keep saying McDavid is the best hockey player in the world. Maybe at the moment, but he's no Crosby. Well, but Crosby's an older guy now. McDavid is better than Crosby now. McDavid can fly, bro. He's a hell of a player. It's just the Panthers are a better team. That's all. Drago, Lenny Pena, Daniel Berry, I see. Roderick Freeman. You are on Instagram. I started watching there before coming over here. Congratulations on 4 years, telling it like it is and not coddling Miami fans. No, we don't coddle fans. We don't coddle local media. We don't coddle the teams. I don't coddle myself. We don't coddle anything. That's kind of the way it goes. We don't coddle anything. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. No, I did not play Miss Pac-Man. Did play Pac-Man, but did not play Miss Pac-Man. And I actually like Miss Pac-Man more than Pac-Man. So that's on me. That's on me. No Pong. Yeah, they have modern games, but I stay with the classics, dude. I love the classics. So, but if you've never been there, Odyssey Arcade, I mean, if you live in Dade and it's right off of 120th and the Turnpike, and love that place, man. Love that place. It's a cool place. Juan Rosa is in. My weekend was very blessed. I hope yours was too, sir. Eric Scott, happy 24th anniversary to my beautiful wife. Nice job by you, Eric. Happy anniversary to you all, man. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans. Nice job by you, Eric. Happy anniversary, my brother. Way to go. J.M. Pearson, thank you for the well wishes. I appreciate that. Suds is in. Just picked up some more Bitcoin. Good for you, man. Good for you. JG Long, what's up? Can't wait to I'm going to visit you. I'm going to surprise your ass one day. I'm going to hit you up because I follow you on Instagram all the time. So one day I'm going to hit you and I'm going to say, yo, I'm headed to your town. I'm flying in. I'm going to be in for a couple of days with the wife. You got to give us the tour. So, good job. JG is he's living life always. I see it on Instagram. Let's see. Big Johnson. Aren't we all? Lord Stanley. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Broke myself at the carnival with my daughter. The prices are ridiculous. Yeah. They do get a little crazy, my brother. Everything is pricey, bro. Everything, everywhere, all over. I was going back and forth with this nice man who, was kind of leaning one way or the other, and I was just, and he's like, well, maybe this will help us, and I'm like, yo, dude, you're nothing's lowering prices. Once they got you, they don't come back. Amazon doesn't lower their prices. Neither does Walmart. Neither does Kentucky Fried Chicken. They don't. Once they raise prices, they don't come back. So corporations are part of your inflations. Printing the money is part of the inflation. It all is a collaboratory type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody chips in, and they don't go backwards. They don't give a shit about us. And it doesn't matter who's in office. The only person when you vote now, you're voting for the next person to print $10 trillion and put $10 trillion more out into the street. It doesn't matter which one. They're both going to do it because that's what they've both done in the last 8 years. Doesn't matter if you vote for Trump or Biden. They have each. So it's just one of those things. And so it doesn't matter who you vote for, your culture war stuff. If that's what's important to you, that's fine. But when it comes to the money, it's not going to get any better. Not going to get any better because they are very inflationary men. So, those two guys have printed the most money in the history of mankind. And so it's not going to get any better. And the next guy will print because they have no choice. And there's no way out of where we're at. No way out. Except for Bitcoin. Because that's going to be the new monetary base. But, people will learn the hard way. Unfortunately. But Suds, you are a stud for picking up more Bitcoin. Let's see. What else do we have? Samuel Rosa, Cap for Life. Giovanni says, you are welcome to my tavern I built in my basement in Western North Carolina. Arcade, 10 by 8 foot bar, pool table, foosball, maybe some alcohol, and lots of South Florida sports memorabilia. Open door. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And that is one area of the country that I'd like to visit. Who knows? You never know. I might end up there one day. But Western Carolina is one place that is very, very tempting. Very tempting. The Boone area, what's the area that I really like a lot? Down from Boone. It's south. It's damn it. I hate that I have to cheat. No, not that one. Not that one. Let me go to this one here. It'll have it. Because it's down on the bottom. Where is it? Damn it. Where is it? What is the name of that town? There's one. Where is it? Damn it. How come I can't find it? And I can't remember it too off the top of my head here. Oh, man, that sucks. And I don't see it on this map. Don't know why it doesn't have it on this map. Sorry for the boring thing there. But there's a part in North Carolina. There's a town, and I'm trying to remember what the hell the name is. And where the hell is that damn map I just clicked? Here we are. Oh, I suck. Oh, well. Hendersonville. Yes, Hendersonville. That's it. Hendersonville is a place that I have targeted. Just to show you that I've been kind of thinking of Asheville is amazing. Pat lives in Asheville, obviously. That's why he is Pat in Asheville. And all I hear about Asheville is great shit. All I hear. Everybody that either lives in Asheville or has gone through there or whatever, everybody loves Asheville. I don't know what it is, but Asheville apparently is the bomb. Okay? But Hendersonville is the one that I've been targeting, if anything out there. So you can give me the skinny on Hendersonville if you know anything about Hendersonville. Let's see. What else do we have? Hope you had an amazing Father's Day. Thank you, Frankie. I did. I spent it with the girls. Nothing better than that. That's all I need. Cap for Life says, Orlando, we need Celtics, Panthers, and InterMiami. We eating chicken dinners and buying Big O hats, bro. Thank you, Cap for Life. Appreciate it. InterMiami maybe with their most impressive win of the season. Big O show, more of Miami show than Dan Le Batard's show. I'll double down on that. Bro, he's as Miami as it gets, just like I am. There certainly is zero competition there. He is the man. His platform is monstrous. Let's see. What else? Angel Garcia. Big O Panthers in 5. Stanley Cup is finally coming to South Florida. Yes, sir, it is. NorCal is in the house. Yes, sir. I was like 70 coming in today. There's 50 of you that need to tear up that like button. Puff, puff, give. That's right. That's right. Let's go. Hit that like button. Let's get it over 100 already, dude. Come on. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Ho Yoon, thank you for the love on Venmo. He says to have a great week. I appreciate you, sir, as always. Thank you for your amazing support every single day here on the show, and always willing to donate to the program also to help us grow. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very kind of you. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar, my friend. Before we get to Ira Winderman. Remember, Alan Blanco and the great people at 3A Graphics, please give them a ring, 786-618-1443 if your company needs custom printing and embroidery. Over the weekend, it wasn't good on Saturday as the Panthers lost 8-1, but they have a monstrous 3-1 series lead. They'll be fine. Game 5 Tuesday at Amerant Bank Arena. Face-off will be at 8 o'clock. And Panthers, by the way, are minus 135 on the money line. Oilers are plus 114. Tonight in the NBA, the Mavs, well, they look to make it 2 in a row after surprising the Celtics on Saturday. Friday night. I'm sorry. Friday night, 122-84. So tonight at 8:30, TD Garden, Celtics favored by 6.5. The over and under is 209.5. Mavs are plus 205 on the money line. Celtics minus 250 on the money line. InterMiami with what is, I think, their most impressive win of the season. They defeated the Philadelphia Union on the road 2-1. They were down 2 men to 2 red cards, which was amazing, Ruiz and Aviles. They had 8 men at one point with Kristoff on the sidelines. And Alfonso ends up scoring in the 94th minute to give them a 2-1 win. Amazing. No Messi, no Suarez, no Rojas. Wednesday, they take on Columbus at Chase Stadium at 7:30. That is absolutely freaking amazing. And Bryson DeChambeau wins the U.S. Open, and Rory McIlroy chokes his ass away. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Don't forget, folks, we have had a ton of storms, water damage everywhere. And if you're dealing with it, please call my friends at Welton Realm, Jeff Welt. The consultation's completely free, so you can find out if you have a case. And by the way, you know the insurance companies are slammed right now. You don't even want to call the insurance company. You want to call Welton Realm first because they will send their adjusters, and then they will call the insurance company for you. You'll never have to deal with the insurance company. The only thing you're going to have to deal with is picking up a check at Welton Realm. I think that's a pretty good deal. You pick up the phone, you call Welton Realm, then they do everything else after that. Kind of like that. They get to battle the insurance company. You don't have to worry about it. They'll fill you in on everything. It is amazing. So if it isn't storm damage from what's happened recently or what could happen down the line, bankruptcy, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury, please reach out to my friends Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom. They do an amazing job. 954-966-4646. Right. Let's see. Tennessee is also very nice. I wanted to move there 4 years ago, but now it's getting crowded. I was looking at either Eastern Tennessee or Western Carolina, but I kind of like more the Western Carolina side than the Eastern Tennessee side. So, yeah. I mean, listen, a lot of places in Western Carolina, you really can't lose. So, there you go. Captain Saki is in the house. Thank you, sir. I did have a great Father's Day. He's back in Tarpon Springs, sponge capital of the world. Tennessee sales tax, where they get you, is 8.5%. Lowest, minus 7%. Damn. Yeah, that's a little much, right? Inter's so confusing. They couldn't beat Atlanta and St. Louis at home with everyone, but playing, and they went on the road with Philly and Vancouver with half their teams. Yeah, you know, Ray, sports is a funny thing sometimes. And there are times where you just have to kind of like, you know, tip your hat to the opponent because it was their night. And they still, think about this, they're still number one in the entire league. They have 38 points. They have more points than Real Salt Lake. They're leading Cincinnati. So, you know, and this is what you needed. This is exactly what you needed because Messi was going to miss some games. So it's nice to know that some of the young guys can step up and play. And so this is a second game that you've come up with a nice win on the road without some of your guns. You know, so no Messi, no Suarez, and even the Rojas kid. Rojas has one of the 3 or 4 best goals on the entire season. It was a golazo by that kid. So, I mean, you know, it's and by the way, I give Tata a lot of shit because I'm not impressed with him because he seems like he's Messi dependent. All right. If we're going to be fair, as of the last couple of weeks, because of those 2 aforementioned games without Messi that you talked about and we've mentioned now, got to give Tata a little love now. Now, you know, no Messi, no Suarez, and your boys came up with another gritty win. And that's what you need in these kind of moments. This is going to keep you at the top of the table if you keep doing stuff like this, because you know you're going to win with your regular guys. You know, I know their defense is questionable, but their offense is superior. And so they can even survive games like this without Messi and Suarez. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty damn good. And I got to give Tata a little love since I pick on him so much. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk a little basketball. The NBA Finals continue tonight. The Miami Heat are going to get ready for a little off-season action very soon. So let's get to Ira Winderman and our Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA reports.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All right. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good, trying to figure if the NBA season ends tonight, and in a way, kind of hoping so, not because I'm rooting for anyone, because that means free agency starts. That means we move closer to the draft, getting ready. So for the Heat, just shove this all aside. Maybe it turns out that Boston simply is not going to lose more than one game to any team during these playoffs, and that they are what we thought they were.
And by the way, it was kind of you make me feel like Saturday night. Like I'm doing the Panther post game here on the platform, and it's like, yo, guys, relax, dude. It's just one game.
Yes.
They lose one or two games in every series. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just got to tip your hat. You know, they're super desperate. They do have pride. They don't want to go out because if you lose 4 straight and you get swept in the finals, it makes your season look flukish. It looks like you didn't even belong there. And they know that. So, you know, in that fourth game, it's going to be so difficult. And the Mavs and the Oilers, they had some pride. They wanted to avoid, embarrassment. Now, the question is, does this light something up? I don't really think so, because I think the Celtics and the Panthers are just the superior teams, but they're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. I think it ends tonight. I think
it's really interesting because the parallels between the two series, like you spoke about, getting out to the 3-0 lead, the other team coming out and dominating a game 4. I do wonder if the Mavericks win tonight, if Paul Maurice uses that as motivation and said, hey, guy, we saw what happened in the NBA. They let one go and all of a sudden letting go of the rope a little. I mentioned that in my Ask Ira at sunsentinel.com this morning. So there are very rare parallels. For this reason also, I don't think anyone, Big O, would say that the Dallas Mavericks were the second best team in the NBA this season. I don't think anyone would say the Edmonton Oilers were the second best team in the NHL this season. It shows you always have a puncher's chance if you come around at playoff time. But these also are teams that should be swatted aside. Because besides Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, there isn't much there on Dallas, with all due respect to our friend Derek Jones Jr. And beyond Connor McDavid and Draisaitl and Zach Hyman, there isn't much there on the Oilers. So this is when you have to prove that the strength of a team is stronger than the strength of individuals. So I do think the Panthers will be watching tonight to see what an underdog given life can look like. And what you have to do, Boston returning home tonight, Panthers returning home to Amerant Bank Arena tomorrow, you have to squash early. You have to step on the bug. You have to let him know, hey, you had your game 4 moment. God bless you. Now watch us in our building. And here's the other thing. Dave Hyde mentioned this in his column when he went up to Edmonton, and I think it's so much more true in hockey than basketball. You can celebrate an NBA championship anywhere because the Larry O'Brien trophy is just a trophy. It's like when you win the college football playoff. They're holding that big block of glass. No one knows what the hell it is. But Big O, to skate the cup at home is completely different. To skate the cup on Saturday in a eerily silent arena in Edmonton would have had one feel. You would have heard the jubilation of the players.
Not just you're God damn, you're 2,500 miles away. You're so far away from it. Yeah.
But to skate it at home tomorrow in front of your adoring fans, what would have been a 10-minute ceremony in Edmonton if they won could turn into an hour of jubilation and overtime for all the workers at Amerant Bank because of that. So in a way, I think even more so in hockey, winning at home means so much. The Heat were lucky. They've won championships at home in 2012 and 13. But it was so different when they won in Dallas in 2006. They were out of that building. They were off to their party in Dallas with the one shirt, one tie, and that got wet. And then they went home. So you know what? God bless the Celtics. To celebrate under those banners means something. But even more so, God bless the Panthers if they can skate the cup at home.
By the way, do does it give you like flashbacks when you see what Viola and Sifu have done, how they stayed with it, how they built it, and then this weekend when you see 20,000 at the arena in a road game, it's very Heat-esque, right? I mean, it reminds you of how, the dedication of the Arison family to winning. And these guys clearly saw the blueprint that if we're going to do it, we got to stay with it. And they stuck with it. And now they're building their own following, just like the Heat built us up as a basket. Because the Heat really, I know maybe people at the University of Miami might be bothered a little bit by this, but, what helped you is that the Heat culture and making it a basketball town made you then appreciate what was going on college too at the same time. So I think that whole vibe flowed over even into college basketball a little bit. But does it remind you a little bit of what the Panthers have done as an ownership group compared to the team you cover?
It does, but it also more so to me, because owners are in the background. They are what they are. They have the money they spend. It's front office, what they've done. And Bill Zito's bold stroke, which I'm sure if I was doing an accurate Pembroke Pines Panthers report and we spoke about the Huberdeau trade, we might have been a little trepidatious. He was beloved here. He was a career player who wanted to be here, but they realized they had to make a bold stroke. Heat are sort of in that position right now. They're good, but they're not good enough. Does Pat Riley, I never thought I'd be saying, can Pat Riley be Bill Zito? I always thought it'd be the other way around. Yeah. But do the Heat have that bold stroke in them now? Hey, that was a big-time risk. The Panthers were trending slowly in the right direction, not like this direct ascension, the parabola we're seeing right now. So I think the front office really is what inspires when you make inspiring moves. Look, Pat Riley's done it. Big three, Shaquille O'Neal, even bringing in Jimmy Butler. But you constantly have to be at the top of your game. That's what the Celtics are now. They got Drew Holiday. They got Porzingis. They took off. So, yes, Panthers ownership stayed with it, but Panthers ownership made the right moves. Coaching, which the Heat seemingly always have done, but also front office now with the Bill Zito move.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. By the way, I was trading. I was actually saying you had to trade Huberdeau. So I don't know if you know that, but I was like before they traded Huberdeau, I said, you can't win with Barkov and Huberdeau as your leaders of your team. You need a mother effer on the team as a leader. Who
turned Barkov into that also. Barkov, who went to the nice ice follies guy, and then Kachuk showed up, and all of a sudden, he's a rough and tumble guy, a two-way player, take a check, give a check. So, yeah, sometimes, you know what, I hate to use this word, let the Panthers come up with their own, but it becomes a culture thing as well. When you add one piece of culture, be it going back to your day, Big O, with a Zoe and a PJ Brown, or when you add the type of culture with the toughness. Remember when they made the Gabranson trade and they gave up on their toughness and they went for ice follies and they wound up skating in the wilderness? Same kind of thing. So, you know what? The Heat might have delivered this as a basketball city, but in a way, I think the Heat also have delivered this as a culture city. Culture from the Heat, culture from the Panthers, culture from Jim Larinaga, culture from what Dusty May built in FAU. I know you and I in our accurate Pembroke Pines report sometimes have mocked the whole culture cliche because it goes over the top when you put it on uniforms and you put it on courts, but there's something very real about it also, Big O.
No, listen, Don Shula had a culture, bro.
Good
I don't give a shit. You tell me, bro.
He just didn't tell you it was a culture. He just told you it was his hard-nosed, jawed way of playing. The word culture wasn't thrown in.
It didn't matter. Oh, so we have Woodstock? We'll figure it out. Oh, I have Doug Peterson? We'll win 325. It wasn't just about Bob Greasy and Marino. No, dude, you knew the culture would, we're in the Scabs? No problem. Shula will coach their asses up. And we'll be one of the better teams. And were we one of the Yes, we were one of the better teams. It helped us get to the Super Bowl because he could coach up anybody.
And I'll give you another example of culture without it being called culture. That's U. By
the way. That's also,
and the U and what they did at the U with their culture. They called it swag. They didn't call it culture, but it's the same sort of thing. So I know cliches get tiresome, but there's also some use to them when you realize you have to have that embedded and ingrained in order to grow as a franchise. The Heat have it. The U gained it, and now you can see it in the Panthers.
Sid Gilman had it. Okay. Vince Lombardi had it. I mean, it just there's a culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, dude. Holtzman had it with the Knicks back in the 70s. I mean, come on, dude. It's just you get in a role with a certain coach and Belichick or whatever. It was that culture. That's kind of the way it is. Once you have a winning formula, whatever that winning formula is, dude, that works for you, that's where, okay, now that's what Zito has done to bring it full circle.
Correct.
Zito finds them. He knows exactly the player he's looking for, and it's like human Jenga, and he just plays it perfectly, dude. It's amazing, bro.
The Gus bus. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. All right, so what, if the Heat is going to make those kind of moves, I think in the end they're going to need the ammunition. So what do we hear about, the whole I said this on the show. I think this is going to be an amicable breakup. I think it's going to be a really nice breakup between the two. And with Jimmy coming out last week, or saying, he really wants to stay in Miami, I think that's what you're supposed to do on his end. On the Heat end, you're supposed to say, oh, well, we love Jimmy and we want to work. But behind the scenes, it's, hey, let's work through this and let's get you to where you want to go. But at the same time, let's take care of our franchise and let's do it in a decent way. So I think this will be a breakup, but I think this is going to be a clean breakup, unlike a lot of the shit that Jimmy has gone through, because I think Jimmy also appreciates that he was here for a bit. So I'm almost getting the feeling that there's going to be a clean breakup. So you tell me what you're seeing.
And this is how I would plot it out. If I'm the Heat, I would not offer him the extension. I would tell him we want to wait and put the ball in his court. Then, if he decides that money is more important to him than growing this team, then all of a sudden, hey, this isn't us. We're still paying you. We still gave you that big contract last time. We're still giving you about $50 million for each of the next 2 years. We're willing to embrace you and bring you back. But if at this point in your career, the money means more to you than it does continuing on with us, hey, we respect you, Jimmy Butler. Let's get you that money. Let's get you a landing spot. And then it doesn't look like Dwayne Wade. And then it looks like 5 years of service credit. You get your jersey in the rafters because you've left amicably, which even Shaq didn't, and he got his jersey up there anyway. And you become a part of the team's lore, so where we don't give out, with all due respect to James Jones also, number 22 again. Your number is forever hallowed here, and thank you. So I think that's what the Heat do. I think you cast it as a money decision, not being cheap, but being prudent and being patient and saying, you know what? Like Pat Riley, again, we know agendas. When Pat sat there on May 6th and said, we don't have to do this right now, and wouldn't let Ira Winderman continue to ask his question, we knew that going in, that was going to be his comment. We don't have to pay him on July 7th. We can wait till June 30th next year for that extension or even beyond. That was agenda setting. So I think that's how you do it. And here's the other part, Big O. I have no issue. If Jimmy Butler goes, then, you know what? $100 million the next 2 years, I'll take my chances after that. I'll come back here, I'll bust my ass, I'll play so many games this year that I'll opt out and someone else will want me, and then I'll put the screws on you and do it that way. So it could be a win-win. But the Heat did not have an easy off-ramp with Dwayne Wade. They do with Jimmy Butler. Any way of Dwayne Wade leaving was not going to look good. Telling Jimmy Butler and the public, hey, we simply cannot commit to your 38th birthday under a $50 million contract, but God, we love you, Jimmy Buckets. And then you put the ball back in his court.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. And at the same time, the Heat kind of need this. They don't need another kind of turmoil type of breakup and those kind of things. Plus, this is the best way to create value for yourself too at the same time, because if there's animosity, then the other teams know there's animosity. Right. And so well, we'll just wait till everything completely blows up and then you'll have to give him to us, because he's just going to implode, that kind of stuff. So I think this is the only way to handle it, but I think it's really the best way to handle it right now. I don't think the right future is to stay with Jimmy Butler, because you cannot complete your team if you stay with Jimmy Butler. Whereas if you part ways with Jimmy Butler, you almost have a better chance of creating some kind of a better future foundation for your team.
But if Jimmy Butler's willing to play without the extension and willing to have a prove-it free agent type season and shows up for 75 games at the top of his game, hey, I'm fine with that. I'm fine after the crappy season they went through to get a guy who so wants his money that he's going to bust his ass to a level heretofore unseen. Hey, I'm fine with that also. Pat Riley is holding the cards right now. He can play that hand. And Big O, what I like about this mostly is this. While Jimmy's extension window opens on July 7th, they don't have to do anything, but they can start the ball rolling then. They can have creative conversation to where if Jimmy says, Pat, give me the money, I'm going to pay 75, play 75, and Pat will go, no, play 75, then I'll give you the money. And they can go through it that way and work, or else they can also look for deals at the same time, because you don't want to wait till the trade deadline. You don't want to wait till options are limited. You still want to have your number 15 draft pick to put in play, your future picks, maybe see what you need to do or not with Caleb Martin and Haywood Highsmith in free agency. Get it done now. Give your coach who's going to the Olympics when he comes back a full month to know who he has and then move forward.
The only thing with that is, and this is the cynical one in me, I don't think he'll ever do that. Why? Because I don't think he can trust his body. I don't think so. And I think he knows he can't trust his body. And I think the Heat knows that he can't play 75 games anymore. And so I think it's too much of a risk that if he tries to do that, he will damage himself and his chances to get that extension in the end. So that's why I think it goes, either one way or the other, that either he just flat out stays or he gets traded.
But sometimes ego overrules that. And Jimmy's ego might be the other voice in his head saying, you can do it. You can show him, you can ball out. There's sometimes players make irrational decisions that turn out to be very rational. Hey, does Jimmy have 75 games in him plus a full playoff run? I don't know. But I sure as hell would like to see.
I know, but he's made he's even in his, craziness of moving around, he's always gotten his way. So it's not like he's never ended up on top overall. And so he doesn't end up doing it. While he acts a little crazy, his end result is, very methodical and effective. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe Pat Riley's words resonated, and maybe they do fuel him to a different level. We'll see. We know he can get fueled also. We saw it in the bubble. We saw it on the run to the finals a year ago.
All right, so 15th, what are we doing? Edney? Zach Edney?
I like Zach Edey, but there is going to be a contributor there for him. I'm posting a story later on Ron Holland, a player who's expected to go number 1, who played in the G League, great defender, ready to go defender, might fall for the Heat at 15. They can get a quality addition, but do they need more young, or do they need something they can package for something to round out the top 7 of their rotation? So for the next week at sunsentinel.com, I'm going to be previewing the draft. Would not be shocked, number 1, if they trade the pick, or number 2, if they draft a player, we start talking about him, and then come free agency, he's packaged with a player before he's signed for another pick. It's a very intriguing draft for the Heat because I could see them going both ways.
Is Edey the kind of guy that Riley, because he loves his big man.
Well, Riley does, but Spoelstra doesn't, because he wouldn't play Whiteside without a Biles. So we'll see who holds the cards. But I said this in the story I wrote about Zach Edey last week. If Eric Spoelstra is the be-all, end-all, and he is, and he can make it work with anyone, which he's shown he can, then I do think whatever lump of clay you put in front of Eric Spoelstra, the first thing he does to Zach Edey, he goes, 7 foot 300. No, 7 foot 280. We're going to go for that. Get your butt in shape, see you in September, and go from there. The Heat can add a quality contributor at number 15. They probably can't add an instant make-a-difference player at 15. It's an interesting draft. It stinks so bad at the top of the draft that I contend that the number 15 pick could be as good as the number 5 pick. That's when we'll see the scouting chops of Adam Simon.
Now, listen, Whiteside and Edey, where I think something tells me Edey is slightly more mature than Whiteside. Something tells me Zach is going to be probably a lot easier to work with than Whiteside. So that's where Whiteside is what he is. You know what I'm saying? Well, he had a lot of talent.
And that's not my ultimate comparison. And Spo has also made him work with Adebayo alongside Olynyk. He's made him work with Adebayo alongside Myers Leonard. Or are they just looking for the one guy they can trust for the 14, 16 minutes when Bam's not in the game? It could be that also. But they're going to have a variety of options next week on our draft special preview on the Acura Pembroke Pines Report. I'll go through a list of names with you because the draft is first round a week from Wednesday.
Yeah, I would imagine Zach is a little bit more like Bam, where he's mature and probably has a brain.
I wrote about him last week. Good head on his shoulders, ready to do whatever he's asked to do. Sure. Two-time player of the year.
That's the kind of guy that Spo can work with because he'll be willing to work with you. It's got to be a two-way street, whereas with Whiteside, I just don't think that was the case. All right, follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat as he gets you ready for the draft and the Heat's number 15 pick. Ira, as always, thank you, my brother. Hope you had a great Father's Day, too.
I did. I hope he did also. And next week in our Acura Pembroke Pines Report, we'll go through the draft 2 days before the first round, 2-day draft this year, second round next Thursday. So we'll get you ready next week in our Acura Pembroke Pines Report.
Thank you, Ira. Appreciate it. You got it. There you go. And at Acura Pembroke Pines, they are celebrating their 16th anniversary, baby. Get on down there to 15601 Pines Boulevard. And by the way, the ZDX is there. There's it's like a powder blue type ZDX. It's like a little darker than powder blue, but it's close to it. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. You got to check out the ZDX, the electrified ZDX. Gets over 300 miles to the charge. It flies. I drove it. I test drove that thing, and I'm telling you, if it had wings, you'd be in the air. Okay, I mean 0 to 60 like that. It is awesome. So check it out. 16th anniversary sale going on right now. The Integra, beautiful vehicle, 2024 model. You can get it for $319 a month. You could get the RDX for $419 a month. They've got 3.9% financing for 60 months. So tell them that Big O sent you at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA Report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig Zinn Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
All right. Yes. All right. Thank you all, as always, on a beautiful Monday, celebrating our 4th anniversary on the platform, 4 full years on our own. We don't need a corporation behind us. We don't need a radio station. We just need you and some amazing sponsors like Craig Zinn's Acura. That is one of our amazing sponsors, like Caneswear, amazing sponsor, like Hialeah Park, amazing sponsor. That's what, of course, carries us all the way through, and we appreciate that. Thank you all out there. Let's see what we got here on the chat board. I live around Murphy, North Carolina, as west as it gets, says Giovanni. Let's see. J-Town. Oh, something doesn't add up. 1 million Bitcoin has been gobbled up by ETFs, or I think it's been okay. Yeah, whales keep buying. Supply is nearly gone from exchanges. Well, we're about 1.6 million Bitcoin left. Not nearly gone, but it's going down. Yet prices keep going sideways or even. We should be at 100K. Thoughts? It's called shorting. Right now, they're shorting the market. They are shorting. They're betting against it, and they're bringing it down. And so, and once it pops, it's going to, because it's kind of like it's kind of like this fight, right? The Bears and the Bulls, and eventually, in this one, the Bulls are going to end up winning and the Bears are going to end up getting crushed, right? So they're trying to suppress the price by shorting it, okay? And it could pay off big for them if it does end up going, let's say, down into the 50s. They will end up, obviously winning big time. But if it gets up to the 70s and it gets back to 73, 74, then it's going to start, because it starts around 71. And we're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of $12 billion in shorts. So the shorts are kind of like pushing it down, and then people keep adding and adding and adding, like you just bought, I bought, we all bought, we're all buying Bitcoin. So it's kind of like a battle. And eventually the buyers are going to continue to push it up, and it'll be a battle that you'll see that once it crosses over, you're going to freak out, because once it gets to 73, 74, it's going to run past 80 like this. And you're going to go, wow, why was this so suppressed? And it was the shorting of the market. And so this is what we have to deal with at times. And it'll be beautiful. Shorting Bitcoin will get you broke. There's a bunch of people that are about to lose a whole lot of money. So there you go. Let's see. There's also zero capital gains in Tennessee. 4.25 in North Carolina. Makes a huge difference when you're someone like Big O loading up on Bitcoin and maybe selling one day. I'm first of all, my Bitcoin is for my daughter. I'm not really going to ever, I don't have the amount of Bitcoin that you think that, oh my God, I'm going to blow up and be rich. That's not me. But for my daughter, it, down the line, 10, 20 years, yeah, she'll be good with that. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's not that kind. But it's really not for me. My Bitcoin is not really for me. It's really for my daughter. The altcoins are for me. We'll have quick gains from those. Flip those over by the end of the year. Pay off some bills. Go on a vacation or two, and then we're done. But the Bitcoin really is for my daughter. It's not really for me, dude. It's for her future more than anything else. That's what I mean. Any of us, I'm approaching 60, I'm on the back nine, bro, so it's not about me anymore. It's about my daughter more than anything else. Just like anybody that's my age, that's a father or a mother, it's about leaving whatever we can to make life easier for our kids. That's all it is. We've worked hard. We've paid our dues. We've got whatever. I'm 57. I've been working since I was like freaking 13, 14 from selling mangoes to newspapers from the Miami News and shit. So mangoes, avocados, and bananas I used to sell because I had all those trees in my house. And delivering the Miami News on my bike, and on weekends, selling it at intersections that they would drop us off with a stack of papers and all that. So I've been working since I was a child, pretty much since I was a young kid. And for me, it's just like anybody, like most of you that are old school, that are my age, you did the same shit. And we've fought through our lives, but we all see that it's going to be a lot harder for our kids. And so whatever legacy we can leave for them, that's what we have to do. That's our jobs. That's it. So it's really all for the Bitcoin part is for my daughter. J-Town, I'll ask the same Bitcoin question. Oh, okay. I guess, is that the one? Yeah. I answered it. Okay. Big O, remember the Pirates arcade, Los Pirates? Yes. I remember the Pirates World is what you're talking about. Yes, sir. Pirates World. I remember that, of course. Let's see. Last time was in 1942 when World War II was being fought. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Most of the fans predicted the Panthers in 5, 6, or 7. They're still on course. That is true. McDaniel is building a culture now. Now they just have to. Well, raging. They are winning under McDaniel. They have won more than they lost. They are not winning in the playoffs, but they've been so injury riddled these 2 years under McDaniel. I'd like to see a healthy team, but they're winning. Okay, because I don't want people to lose sight that they have a possibility of going to the playoffs for a third straight year. And if you're able to stay healthy and get a victory, then now you see that there's a building process and you're making that progress. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I would look at it. J Slim, Rosendo. Let's see. True Fin fan. Father Time is undefeated. Why are some people not realizing Jimmy Butler's breaking down? He's only getting older and he's never going to play 75 games at a high level like he's 25. He's 35. Exactly. It was a fun run with Butler. I truly appreciate for this era, even though we didn't win, we get rid of Butler now and build for the future. Exactly. Shang Tu Sheng. Oh, I have an insider information. Oh, this is already questionable. From within the top of the Dolphins organization, I'm told front office will make Tua play on the 5th-year option. Sure. Okay. All right. Great stuff. Because, of course, you've always had great information on this show. Like I said, we go with the history. Vamos Gatos. Happy anniversary, Big O, and keep up the good work, bro. I appreciate you and your channel and content, bro. Thank you. Joe 305 says, been here since day one. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Joe 305. The Dolphins domino tournament negotiations with Leroy are heating up. Stay tuned, bro. Okay. All right. Good luck to Domino's and Leroy. No rate cuts, big trouble. Rate cuts are coming. Brother, it's an election year. Rate cuts are coming. Don't worry. They'll get a rate cut or two. It's not coming next month, but I think I'm going to say by September to October, we'll get that first rate cut. And maybe a second one, late October. Maybe September, October, you get 2 rate cuts. Okay? Oh, they'll get rate cuts going, man. They've got to sweeten the pot. Come on, dude. I mean, you allow 17 million people through the borders. Okay? Then they end up, a lot of them in blue states. So your electoral votes are going to go up, right? So, the blue side is kind of controlling that to try to, help them get into office. And then you try to, I don't know if any of them end up even getting a voter's registration card, but they'll get some kind of a thing so they can count and increase the, the whole deal. And so it just, it's all a rig, bro. Everybody tries to gain some kind of, advantage. Democrats or Republicans will what's it called? Redesign a district so they could try to, rig the voters one way or the other. Everybody tries to get some kind of an advantage for something going on, So it just, this is all, there's a reason why all of this stuff is done. And it's not as simple as some people make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Most people just work and pay their bills and don't really pay attention to all the other stuff that's really going on and what people are doing on both sides to just make it harder on all of us, man. It's crazy, dude. It really is. Let's see. Wow, Big O, you were a Newsies? What's that mean? I don't know what that means, Rosendo. Just get us in the playoffs, baby. No more trap games. No, it's not. It's about staying healthy at the end of the season. And then we can really measure and see what's going on. Think Blue Dodgers is in late. Smash that like button. What? We're still not over 100. We got 99, and there's 125 watching. The Miami Shark also won yesterday against Anthem Rugby Carolina 30-14. Victory cigar for them. Miami Sharks. Okay, well, I guess Frankie says Miami Sharks won. Give them a victory cigar there, Sean. InterMiami won. Give them a victory cigar. You know, we always like trying to figure out also who is going to be our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. And over the weekend, I gotta say, something I never expected happened. And I'm going to give this person the Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Something I never expected to do. But I've given this man a lot of shit. I've busted his balls a lot because it just looks like he's just hanging out there with purple and grayish hair, just walking around, Messi dependent, never showing me anything. But if I'm going to call Tata Martino out for not showing me jack shit, I got to say the last couple of weeks he has shown me something. And on Saturday, that team at one point was playing with 8 men for 2 minutes. But they played for 9 for a long time after the 2 red cards. And Alfonso to get that goal in the 94th minute. And a lot of young guys. And for them to come through. And they had another road win a few weeks back without Messi also, which was an amazing feat for them. So to me, you gotta be fair here. You gotta call things like you see it. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm not ready to go all the way with Tata, but I gotta give him some love. Okay, because he showed me a little some here. And Saturday may be the most impressive win of the season, considering the circumstances. No Messi, no Suarez. No Rojas, down 2 men, a third for a couple minutes. You had to defend like crazy, and yet you still found a way to score down 2 men. Tata Martino, mad props like William Quigley. He's an MVP every single day, he and his amazing company here in South Florida. But Tata Martino, let's give him some love. He is our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Oh, well. All right. Anyway, all right. Perfect. Good stuff. What do we have here? Oh, you know what? It's getting a little sticky here. Do me a favor. Give me a short spot, 30 seconds here so I can turn on the air.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Right. Let's see. Newsies were kids that sold newspapers in the turn of the century. Yep, that was me. Yep. I wasn't going to read all about it. No, I wasn't necessarily doing that, but yeah, basically. I was. Big Johnson says, you got me in a Bitcoin. It just made sense, but every time I put money in, I end up needing it for bills, so hopefully I can start building something soon. Well, remember, Big Johnson, what you need is that put your extra money there, not the money for bills, my brother. Okay? Put your extra money there. All right? Use your money for bills, and then, but the money you're not going to touch, leave it there so it can grow. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key for you there. Try to do that if you can. I know it's difficult, man. I'm just like you guys, dude. I live month to month, just keeping my head above water like everybody else. So, I'm no different than any of you out there. But if you have a little extra, that's what you put into Bitcoin. Okay? Or Ethereum. And just let it sit there. And it automatically will grow. But you don't want to be putting in and taking out, because then it's just, sex. So, you want a little bit more than just sex. Okay? You want orgasmic returns. You know what I'm saying? So, keep it in there. All right? That would be my suggestion. I know it's not easy, but just saying. Let's see. Scott Mitchell or Tannehill? You left me thinking. Thank you, True Finn fan, for the super chat. I would take Scott Mitchell over Tannehill. Scott Mitchell was closer to a real quarterback than Tannehill. So, yeah, I would take Scott Mitchell. Big O is neither a financial advisor or a history teacher. I agree. But I saw someone mention my name. Yes, it was fun screwing Dave McIntyre. Wait until I get better and Scotland has great donuts. That's what CM Punk is your daddy is saying. You guys are a trip. Anyway, let's see. Panthers tomorrow. We got the Mavericks tonight. We got InterMiami on Wednesday. All right. So that's cool. We get NBA Finals tonight. We got the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup tomorrow. Then we've got Inter on Wednesday against Columbus, which is number 6 in the table. Miami is number 1. They've got 27 points. Miami's got 38. Okay. What else do we have going on? Let me get into before I do have a little Tua thing I want to talk about because it's kind of interesting. But the Fever beat the Sky yesterday, 91-83. And Angel Reese did another dirty move, right? She whacks Caitlin Clark across the head, right? It wasn't a basketball play. She wasn't going for the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then after she said, the whistles, I think it was Saturday night, right? I think it was. Whatever. Anyway, so the whistles were, bias, which, this girl has zero class. Zero. This is one of the most jealous women I have ever seen in my life. And look, I get it, man. Caitlin's better than you. People want to see Caitlin Clark. They don't go to games to see Angel Reese. Like I said, you go see Steph Curry, not Charles Oakley. Okay? What was her stat line yesterday? 11 points and 13 rebounds. Okay? You don't go see Charles Oakley. You need him. You need him. It's great to have PJ Brown on the team. You go see Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem. And I guess she has a problem with that. And Angel Reese, by the way, has Caitlin Clark has the lesser team. Okay, because she got on the worst team in the league. And she, from what I'm looking at, apparently they have one more win than the Sky. 5-10 to 4-9. So Angel Reese, after, talking all that shit, and it is shit because that's all she does. She talks shit. She brings really nothing to the table. Thuggery is what she's bringing to the table. Hate is what she's bringing to the table. And, in the end, I'm going to laugh because Caitlin Clark is going to be the face of the league, one of them for sure. And people will gravitate to her. She's breaking records all over the place, which, by the way, she just broke another record because, it's not just attendance records that Caitlin Clark breaks, but she also ends up doing stuff like, here we go. Caitlin Clark's 23 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 blocks led her to now becoming the fastest player in league history to reach 200 points, 75 rebounds, 75 assists, achieving that feat in her first 15 games. The previous record was 16, held by Shannon Johnson. Obliterated several franchise records for the Orlando Miracle during her debut season in 1999. The latest landmark registry for the Fever Guard, who became the first rookie since Breanna Stewart in 2016 to score at least 15 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds in 5 games. Caitlin registered 20-plus points in 7 games already during the regular season, and last week against the Mystics, she equaled the WNBA rookie record for three-pointers in 1 game, pinging 7 from 13 at Capital One Arena. With that, she has tied Crystal Robinson as the first to sink 7 threes in 1 game with the New York Liberty in 1999. So I get it. Angel Reese is jealous because she's not setting records all over the place. She doesn't move the needle like Caitlin Clark. People stand in line. They fill NBA arenas to see her because she has a skill set that only Angel Reese could dream about. See, Angel Reese is not even Lisa Leslie. She's not Cheryl Miller. She's not even special as a big lady. She's just a power player underneath. That's it. She doesn't have a dynamic game. I've seen dynamic women in this game. She's not dynamic. So I get it. She's jealous. She can't shoot from 27 feet away like Caitlin can. And that's why Caitlin is a draw, because she does shit that men can't do. So, Angel Reese, you go ahead, sweetheart. You continue to be the classless moron that you are. You continue to show no class whatsoever. Okay? And by the way, don't give me that rookie shit. Oh, Caitlin's just a rookie, got to go through it. Angel Reese is a rookie. In what league are rookies putting rookies through their welcome to the league, son. No, that's usually a veteran that does that to a rookie. And it's your welcome to the league moment. When you see a rookie purposely going after her because there's already a history, there you go. It has nothing to do with rookie. So when somebody pulls that shit out, just Angel Reese is a rookie. She's just being a thug punk is what she is. And an ignorant thug punk on top of all of that. Because she's too stupid to actually see how she's acting. Great. What a foundation at home did Angel Reese have? And if the parents actually did a good job, well, then your kid went awry. It happens. But, somebody didn't teach her to actually act like a professional. They taught her to act like a punk thug that is just jealous of somebody that is better than her as a human being, better than her as a professional, better than her in every way possible. And she sees that most of the world is leaning her way, not hers. So that's fine, dude. If this is what you want to be, you go ahead. Caitlin Clark will be getting all of the endorsements. She'll be the face of the league, and I'm sure she'll be celebrating a championship or two when it's all said and done. Because she's dynamic. She's special. Angel Reese, you're not. You're just another big girl in the league that if you're a big girl, you have an advantage with a power game. But you're not special. I've seen Cheryl Miller. I've seen Francis Savage. I've seen special women play the game. You're not special. You're a power player. You're a power player and a thug punk is what you are. Okay? So let's just call it, just because she's in the women's game, you all want to step up to the big boys? Oh, you want to be mentioned on male talk shows? Because, since your own sex doesn't support your sport, because women suck overall when it comes to pro sports, they only support male sports. They don't even support female sports. Okay? So you want to join us here? Well, this is how we handle thuggery and punks. Just because you're a woman, you want us to talk about it? Angel Reese, you're a thug punk is what you are. Okay? That's all. You're Vontaze Burfict. That's what you are. So if that's who you want to be, that's how we'll treat you on this show. You want to step up to the male side of sports talk, then let's start treating you like it. That's all. I mean, fair is fair, right? If we're going to call the male person a thug punk, if they are, then we'll do the same thing. If we're going to call Lau Lauzedo a thug punk back in the day, then we'll do the same thing here now with Draymond Green or Angel Reese. Thug punk. That's all she is. That's all she acts like. That's what her ignorance shows on a consistent basis. And all I ever see from Caitlin Clark is pure class. Pure class, a professional. Rises above the shit. It's pretty amazing stuff. But I've seen this before. I've seen it from the Tuas of the world. I've seen it from people like Cal Ripken. I've seen it from the Tony Gwynns of the world. I've seen it from the Derek Jeters of the world. She's one of those dudes. Since we're going to bring the ladies over to the male side of talk shows. Okay? Then let's do it. If we're going to call it like we see it, then let's call it like we see it. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing from everything else. I'm looking at Clark and I'm saying, ladies, young ladies out there, that's who you want to emulate. Angel Reese, that's what you want to avoid every single day of your life. You don't want to act like Angel Reese on the court, off the court, in life, anywhere whatsoever. Never act like Angel Reese. Act like Caitlin Clark. Handle it with class. Handle the difficult things with amazing class. That's Caitlin Clark. Angel Reese, you're just jealous, sweetheart. Jealous that you know she's better. You know you can't be her. So, anyway. Let's see. What's it called? Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. Times have changed. In my era, you mess with the teammate half as much. We're all fighting regardless of the consequences. Yeah. Caitlin's teammates just suck. Oh, be honest, it's just because Caitlin is white. If she was black, would the other players react differently? No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't be hammering her. Are they hammering any other black rookie the same way? No, they're not. No, they're not. Of course there's race involved in this, bro. Kiss my ass. Look, man, you know what pisses me off? I call racism out all the time whenever it happens. If it happens, and we know how it happens, right? It's usually white to black. Okay? But there's something beautiful about this case that we have learned. The black community struggles to call their own racist. Isn't that freaking amazing? Isn't that amazing, dude? That many, many, many in the black community struggle to look at some of their own and say, no, dude, you're just racist. Because you know it does exist, right? We know there are white racist people. You think there aren't black racist people? And it's like a taboo subject for the black community. You never hear anybody come out from the black community and call somebody else in the black community racist. Isn't that freaking amazing, dude? Is that not, eye-opening? And any of you in the black community, you're more than welcome to chime in. Please chime in. Please chime in. Would love to see it because it never happens, dude. And what do you think? It doesn't exist? Hispanic people are racist. White people are racist. Black people are racist. Asian people are racist. But man, when it comes out of the black community, they struggle to admit it. Why? Why? Please explain that to me. Please, somebody in the black community explain that to me. Because don't tell me that some of the stuff going on with Caitlin Clark isn't racist. Kiss my ass, bro. I wasn't born yesterday. I'm nearly 60 years old. I've seen all kinds of racism. I had a cop pull me over in Mobile, Alabama, and said, wow, son, I didn't know the rash floated this far. Everybody's racist. Alza what? Alza Gary. What's that? I'm Cuban American, sir. Oh, didn't know the rash floated that far. That's some cowardly shit from the black community. Okay? If you're going to hold other people accountable, hold your own. Hold your own. I don't hold back on this show. I don't think if you haven't figured that out yet, I don't care who you are, what sex, what religion, whatever, what red or blue side you're on, I go after everybody. I call it like I see it. And that's some phony shit going on in this Caitlin Clark situation. phony ass shit going on. And this is a constant. A constant. It's a real problem from the black community to point at their own that are racist. What, Kanye West? Is that like the only one you can lean on? That's like a layup. Anybody else? Come on. Enough already. If we're gonna defend it one way, and I do, we got to point it out when it happens the other way. So let's have some balls. Let's call people out for what it is. Not enough guts out here. That's the problem. We dodge too much shit. Anyway. Big O, that's the NHL, has policemen, enforcer, players who protect the star players and thugs like Angel Reese. The police, the game prevents thugs like Angel Reese from her antics. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Any race can be racist towards anyone. And it exists in the black community. Let's just call it like we see it, because we know it exists in every other community, but it's like taboo to mention it there. Or white people are afraid to mention it and get nervous or some shit. I don't know. But it's not a subject that people tackle a lot. Why? When it's the truth. Right? If it's the truth one way, it's going to be the truth the other way. And it's going to rear its ugly head. And in this Caitlin Clark situation, oh man, it is reared its ugly head. That one chick that just ran right into Caitlin and knocked her down, and then after had the dumbass statement to say, oh yeah, she ain't nothing but a shooter. Well, sweetheart, she can shoot way better than you ever will, and most everybody in the league, and she passes better than most everybody in the league. But you stay with your hate and your bias because you want to go after somebody, and you go after them so hard, you don't even have the facts. And did I hear people from the black community call her out? No. I saw more defending. Oh, it's just rookie hazing. Oh, it's not, bro. That's punk thuggery, and that's racism. So that is. When you hate somebody so much that you're not even willing to describe them to a T, and you just, oh, she's just a shooter. Really, she's just a shooter. Look at the records she's breaking. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Just like, you know, it's got to go both ways. We have to call it out when it happens both ways. If we're going to defend the black community when they're unjustly treated, well, then guess what? We're going to have to call them out too when they're unjustly treating someone else. Fair is fair, man. Roderick says, as a black man, they feel that it's not racism when they do it because we don't have the power to implement our racism, which is a load of crap. Racism is racism, no matter who does it, period. Thank you, Roderick, for having the balls to actually say what it is, because the black community lacks total balls when it comes to this. No balls whatsoever. They do not call out their own dude. They do not when it comes to racism. And they've got plenty of those issues too. Like everybody else. So kiss my ass. All of you out there can kiss my ass. Oh no, this isn't racism. You kiss my ass. Okay? This is racism that goes on here with Caitlin Clark. In some of the instances, not all of them. Some of them. And you're a coward if you don't admit it. That's all. You're just a coward. You're afraid. You think it takes away from anything? No. It makes you just as faulty as the rest of us. Because in the Hispanic community, we got plenty of racism. Plenty, dude. I can tell you that. But somehow or another, the black community has this problem that they're above it or something. Like they don't have racism. No, don't mention that in our culture. Bro, please, kiss my ass. Anyway, it doesn't help that the media, mostly left, always brings up white racism in every instance, especially around election time. Morgan Freeman suggests simply not talking about it to rid us of it. No, you got to talk about it. You got to talk about it. You got to take it head on. That's the only way you overcome it. You got to expose it. But if the black community isn't willing to expose their own, that ain't going to help. You need to call them out. That's all. You're just a hater. That's what you are. Nothing else. That's what they need to be. They need to be called out, and they're not. It's a double standard it's laughable, bro. It's laughable. And what they're doing to Caitlin Clark is disgusting. Let's see. That's true because a lot of us Hispanics talk crap of other nationalities. Oh, bro, of course, please. Come on, man. Anybody that's Hispanic and tells you we don't have racism, they're doing the same thing that the black community does in general. And by the way, I feel strongly about generalizing this with the black community. I am totally comfortable stereotyping it because I don't see them ever call each other out for racism. Ever. And it exists. Anyway, it's easy to play the victim, but tough to hold your own responsible. Exactly. And that's what we're seeing with the Caitlin Clark situation. It's great to point fingers because it happens, and we need to point the fingers when it happens, but point the fingers at your own too. No balls in this society, bro. No balls in the media, because most people won't even do what I just did. I'm not tied to a corporation. So, I'm in the middle, bro. I don't lean left. I don't lean right. I'm fair. I try to be as fair as I can. And in this Caitlin Clark situation, I have to be fair here. Because if we're going to defend Trayvon Martin or any other type of abuse of a black minority, then we got to also talk about the abuse of this young lady by one community. So, it is what the proof is right in front of your face. You don't want to address it, then you're a coward. That's all. Pretty simple. Anyway, Big O is right. We have to talk about it. Have open conversations with open mind to hear about others, regardless of your own views, to be open to listen as well. Well, so far, I've only seen Roderick Freeman is the only guy that had the balls to actually mention something about it. And at least he was honest about it. Because it's obvious, dude. Big O, I have family who are Oilers fans. They say the Panthers are flopping to try to get calls. Bro, whatever. They can tell them that they can come down and enjoy the Cup celebration with us. That's what they can do. Okay? Just tell them that. Let me get to a little music and entertainment. Why don't we do that? start off with musicians. Born on this date. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin donation there. Remember, we have our merchandise department, our merch shop. There's the QR code. You can get the code on our YouTube page, on our Instagram page, on our Twitter page. So check it out there. And we got our shirts, hats, blind ass fan shirts, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check us out. Born on this date, we start off with Kendrick Lamar, 1987 on this date. Nice job. Let's see. Kevin Thornton from the R&B group Color Me Bad. I wanna sex you up. How come I always think of that girl from, is it New Jack City? When she gets up on that stage and she says Nino Brown and all that stuff, and she basically says she wants to bang him. Isn't I Want to Sex You Up the song? She was hot too. I don't know what her name is. She wasn't famous, but in that movie, she was hot. I don't know who she is. Let's see who else. Philip Chevron, guitarist for the Irish-British Celtic punk band The Pogues. Let's see. Paul Young, British singer, songwriter. And by the way, from Sad Cafe. Born in 1947. We lost him in 2000 on July 15th. Greg Rowley was born in this date in 1947. Singer, keyboardist, member of Santana and Journey. Barry Manilow. Lisa, you listening? Your boy Barry Manilow is celebrating a birthday today. 1946, born Barry Allen Pincus. Let's see who else. That's about it for the musicians. Now let's go with birthdays for other folks. What other folk do we have? Venus Williams. She is 44. Oh, not a lot, man. This is like a Will Fort, comedian, 54. Kind of a weak list here. Not too many people on this one. Amari Cooper, local man, 30. That's it. What do we have in wrestlers?
I will butcher this name, but it is AEW star Minoru Suzuki. He was born in 1968, and that is your birthday in wrestling today.
Okay, so there you go. All right, let's go with a little music history. On June 17th in 1972, the Stones' album Exile on Main Street began a 4-week run at number 1 on the Billboard 200. In 2005, original Soul Asylum bassist Carl Mueller died at his home from throat cancer at 41. In 95, Rod Stewart set an attendance record at England's Wembley Stadium when his concert brought 90,000 fans. The Live Aid concert 10 years earlier only drew 72,000. In 97, fans rioted at an Ozfest concert in Columbus, Ohio after Ozzy couldn't perform due to throat problems. Angry fans broke windows, uprooted trees, and turned over a parked car. In 1980, Led Zeppelin began their last European tour. In 65 on this date, the Kinks and the Moody Blues made their American live debut at New York's Academy of Music. And in 2012, Bruce Springsteen played his longest show at the time when he performed a 32-song set over 3 hours and 48 minutes in Madrid. Damn. That's impressive right there. That is definitely impressive. Powerball, we did not have a winner on Saturday. Powerball jackpot will be worth an estimated $44 million after 0 players matched all 6 numbers during the $35 million drawing on Saturday night. The numbers were 4, 36, 48, 54, and 56. Powerball number 2. Good luck tonight to those of you that are gambling and trying to win that Powerball. Remember, there is one rule. If you win the Mega Millions, the Powerball, the lottery, whatever it is, you must take Sean Stanley out for a steak dinner. I didn't make the rules. Those are the rules. So, go by the rules or suffer the consequences. That's all I can tell you. What else? Silver Sun pickups. They were on Saturday. I missed them because we had some hockey game. I really wanted to go. But the Silver Sun pickups tonight are at Janus Live in St. Petersburg. So any of you on the West Coast, if you've never heard of the Silver Sun pickups, go to YouTube. Check them out. They're really good. I'm going to see them the next time they come. Unfortunately, I could not see them at the Culture Room on Saturday. I had to see this. I could have stayed and recorded and watch it later, but I also want to do the post-game show with you guys. So, Red Hot Chili Peppers tomorrow at, I think, Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. Friday, they'll be in Tampa Bay at the Mid-Florida Credit Union. Alanis Morissette and Joan Jett Wednesday in Tampa Bay and Mid-Credit Union. Thursday, they're at, I think, Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. And Ace Frehley Friday, Hard Rock Live, Orlando. Those are some of the concerts coming here statewide for those of you out there. Let's see what else. Big O, you saw the prices for Stanley Cup Game 5 Tuesday? Well, they should be expensive, my brother. It's a Stanley Cup. And by the way, I was right. Bunch of Panther fans made it a Game 4. A lot more than Game 3. I was seeing red jerseys all over the place. That was good. I mean, I feel bad for you all because you made the trek, you bought the tickets, and they didn't win. But, man, I admire the shit out of you for doing it. And it would have been one hell of an experience. You know what I'm saying? Keep smashing the hell out of that like button, man. Let's get that to 200 so people can find out more about the channel. Let's see what else. Same mentality as reparation payments. That's a whole other subject. Preach, Big O. It's a travesty what it is being down to Caitlin. It's just I don't understand it. Did you guys see how much a ticket cost the Panthers? $900, cheapest seat. Yeah. What do you expect? You know, win Powerball first, then take Sean out to steak dinner. Buy 2 tickets for you and Sean, and then go to the game. There you go. I like that. As long as Sean gets his steak dinner, I'm good. I'm good. Big O, what bet can I do on the Hard Rock app to win $1,000 the way I can go to the Panther game? Oh, dude, I have no idea what are the games tonight or anything. So, and the basketball game. What would I tell you, which I know you're not betting $1,000. You're a hardworking dude. I think you and me do not have $1,000 to be betting. But I don't know. I wouldn't even touch the game. Minus 250, laying the 6.5. I could see the Celtics blowing them out, but I can see the Mavs, in a game where maybe they got a little confidence and they lose, but they keep it close. You know what I do like? I'll take the over 209.5, not for 1,000, but 10, 15 bucks. I'll take the over 209.5. That's what I'll take in this game. That's about the only thing. You know what I'm saying? Hockey's tomorrow, and I'm not even gonna. Baseball's not even on my radar anymore. And by the way, you should go to the Hard Rock app, Frankie. If you haven't opened it up yet, which sounds like it because you said Hard Rock app, go through it through Hialeah so you could get the $100. Now you're $100 closer to that 1,000. Just saying. I mean, just use a different email or phone number, Frankie. Okay? $2,300 lower level. Anthony, that's nothing for you, bro. You're a whale. You and Ocala Joe are sitting there just counting money. You and Ocala Joe, like you guys own like hundreds of Bitcoins and shit. What is it for you? Come on, Anthony. $2,300. You laugh at that. Come on, Anthony. That's nothing for you, bro. You know. We know how you roll, Anthony. We know. We see it. Driving around in that Aston Martin of yours, thinking you're 007. I got you. Mansion here, a mansion in Los Angeles, another one in New York. I hope they don't rate him like Diddy. By the way, Bitcoin is at 65,395. Enjoy that dip, dude. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's lasted a little longer than I expected, but the bitch about all of this is you have no idea when it's going to pop. Zero clue when it's going to pop. And when it pops, you're just going to freak out. You're going to go, holy shit. And, you know, it's just crazy stuff, man. And that's why you take advantage now, because when it does, I really don't think we'll ever see these numbers again. I was thinking 30 and 40 we'd never see. I'm really convinced now because there's so much institutional money coming in. I don't even think you'll see 70 again, ever again. So, just saying. Just saying. Let's see. Matthew Tkachuk needs to play like an all-star tomorrow. He plays like an all-star all the time. He does all kinds of stuff. I'm not worried. Tkachuk does whatever you need. And if tomorrow you need a score, he'll come up with it. You know what I mean? He's not a selfish star. He's a selfless star. I'm very impressed with Tkachuk. Very impressed. I rarely do you have superstars that will sell out totally, man. Totally. I'm talking defense. He'll slide and throw his body to block a puck. He'll fight. He'll scrap. If he has to stick his boot in there to keep a puck against the wall for the last couple of seconds, and he's taking shots and hits. And I love the dude. A rare superstar is Matthew Tkachuk. Rare superstar. Because he's the kind of guy that does, and most superstars will not do some of that stuff. They won't do that dirty stuff. And he will do whatever it takes to win, dude. Jesus, it is impressive how that man carries himself. So I got nothing. And Zito has built a team that it doesn't, you're not like, he's not put in the Jimmy Butler role that if Butler's not a star, like the Heat have no shot. You know what I'm saying? He has Verhaeghe. He has Reinhardt. He has Bennett. He has Barkov. He has Tarasenko. You know, he has a whole bunch of guys around him. He does not have to carry the load. And as a fan, at least as I feel as an educated fan, I don't have to sit there like I need with the Heat. Like, come on, Jimmy, bro, we need you to be Jimmy. You know? And we know that if it's not Jimmy, we're screwed. No, dude. Tkachuk, if he just needs to assist, then that's what he'll do. But it's not like he forces his game upon. No, he just lets it just come to him naturally. And whatever the game calls for is what he does. I love it, bro. I absolutely love Matthew Tkachuk. He is one of my favorite superstars that we've ever seen here. You know, I just rarely see a guy like that. And you should appreciate the hell out of it. All of you. Because they don't make them like that normally. You know, normally if you're a superstar, you know, and you're Pavel Bure or you're Wayne Gretzky or, you know, or you're or Crosby or something, you're not going to do some of this shit that this guy does. It's just no. No. And most teams and coaches don't want you doing that kind of stuff because you might risk, like breaking your clavicle, it's because you become such a pain in the ass that you are like a gnat to them, that they dislike you, just not because you're a great player, because you also can be a pain in the ass. He is a rare bird, dude. Rare bird. Love him. Absolutely love him, bro. Bill Belichick is loving life. Jordan Hudson, the 70-year-old, is going out with a 24-year-old now. He had a woman, Linda Holiday, for 16 years, bro. She is 61. She lives in Jupiter, Florida, by the way, for those of you. And so he dumped her last year before the start of the season. And he now has picked up a former cheerleader, Jordan Hudson, 24 years old. Damn. That little blue pill is working. That's for sure. That little blue pill. Oh, yeah. Big O Tkachuk was taught how to play the game right by his father. Yeah, Keith was a monster. Yes, exactly. Who played the same way as a premium power forward in his time. Both Tkachuk boys play exactly the same way as their papa. Yep. I'm old enough. I remember Papa. Yeah. Bad mofos, man. Bad mofos. The kid was in the house. The bro was in the house. He was what's it called, supporting his brother. That's pretty cool. I like that. And I'm sure he wants to get out of where he's at too at the same time. Let's see. What's it called? What else do we have here? Yeah. Oh, Cap for Life. Yeah, that's called shtick, bro. But that's to each his own. Hook, line, and sinker. Get suckered and follow and have fun. We all have our own style, my brother. That's just silliness that I don't wish to do. But hey, people are dumb and they get hooked with stupid shit like that. So it works. It works. It works. That's for sure. Got you to tweet about it, text about it, right? So it works. You get people that are suckered enough to believe and follow bullshit like that. What else do we have here? Do I have any headlines? Any breaking news? I don't have anything here. I don't see anything. By the way, the Chiefs, they win, but they really don't do great research on their players, right? Because this Bugs guy got arrested again. I see it in the headlines. Isaiah Bugs, the defensive lineman, has been arrested for a second time in a month after he was booked for domestic violence burglary charge in Alabama on Sunday morning and released. Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office records show Bugs was released on a $5,000 bond. No further details. The Chiefs were aware of the arrest, declined to comment. On May 30th, Bugs turned himself in after he was charged with 2 misdemeanor counts of second-degree animal cruelty in Tuscaloosa. 2 dogs under his care, a pit bull and a Rottweiler mix, were found to be neglected and severely malnourished. One of the dogs had to be euthanized. Anyway, so this guy is a real piece of work. But the rest of the league looks at it. Hey, these guys are winning championships, and they just are willy-nilly about their drafting. They bring in a lot of questionable people. They get some good ones, and then they get some questionable ones. And then they win championship after championship. What does a 72-year-old have in common with a 24-year-old? Money. One's got it, the other one wants it. That's it. Look, man, it's a mutual agreement. Everybody gets what they want. Love isn't involved. The old man needs a young squeeze to get it up and get some sex. So instead of an older woman that's, looking more like him, he maybe is not aroused by an older woman anymore. So he needs some young woman around so his thing can work and he can get some sex. She is looking for money and stability. So Papa will give the girl money. The girl will give Papa some sex, and everybody gets what they want. It's a mutual agreement. One gets the poontang and the other one gets the money. Simple story. It's been going on for a long, long time. And if everybody's all right with it, which they are, then who cares? Right? If she's into old wrinkled up penises for money, then that's her thing. You know what I mean? And if he's all right paying for some ass to hang around, then that's all right. But let's not kid ourselves what's going on. This is a nice business agreement. Even if it wasn't necessarily like a business agreement, but they're acting like it's a relationship. But deep down inside, it's a business agreement. Everybody gets what they want there. Nobody's fooled. Nobody's being lied to. That's all. Nothing to see here. Just move on. An old man squeezing a young thing. That's it. Let's see. Reese is to Clark as Sambora to Bonjo. No. Sambora is Richie Sambora is his own stud, like Bon Jovi. Angela Reese is not a stud like Caitlin Clark is. Angela Reese does not move the needle, does not fill arenas. She does not get the buzz that Caitlin Clark does. And she isn't the player Caitlin Clark is. Let's see. The oldest occupation in the world. Exactly. Bill is on the blue chew, bro. Good for him and the head cheese of the Pats. That's it. That's it. Does Sambora slash? I don't know. That's a good question. That is a very good question. All right. What else do we have here? What else is going on in the world of sports? U.S. Supreme Court rejects, by the way, the bill to topple online sports betting in Florida, which denies the request by West Flagler Associates to hear the case on its merits. As a result, the Seminole Tribe will retain exclusive statewide control over legal sports betting in Florida until 2051. Good for the Seminoles, and I'm glad that we're not getting any more delays with this. They took it away from us, and it was gone for, what did we lose sports betting for? Like almost 2 years, right? No. It was 4 years? No way. I made the bet, and then I dropped it.
I was thinking it was like 4 to 6 months, but maybe it was 2 years. I just don't know. I wasn't a hardcore gambler, so.
No, it was over a year. I think it was closer to 2 years. But it was a while that we were without it.
I know it was a while. I just can't remember exactly.
Yeah, dude. It sucked to not have it. So I'm glad there's not going to be another interruption. You know? 12 points, shooting 25%, 3 feet from the basket, 10 rebounds, with 7 of them getting her own missed layups. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about Angel Reese. She's not even special herself. She's just a big girl underneath, which that's the thing in women's basketball, that they find big girls to like dominate and rebounding and score underneath. There was this one girl in the tournament that I swear she must have been 350. But she had the niftiest hands in the world. I don't know which team it was. I don't know if anybody remembers, but the girl could play. But were you going to get a rebound? No, she was going to body your ass out. And, it wasn't like she was dynamic. She was just big. And that's kind of one of the things in women's basketball right now is just get a big girl to get rebounds and pick up points under the basket, but they're not dynamic. They're not doing turnaround jumpers from 15 feet away like a Frances Savage would. They're not flying through the court like Cheryl Miller. They're not dynamic. They're not Caitlin Clark in the big size. Come on, dude. I've seen special. I've seen the Lisa Leslies. That's special. This chick ain't Lisa Leslie, bro. Please. She's just a big mouth punk. Thug is what she is. Okay? Again, ladies, you want to graduate to sports talk, right? Here you go. Welcome to sports talk. Gloves off. Okay? Can't have it both ways. Okay? Can't have it both ways. You're not going to get it both ways here on this show. You will not get it both ways. No. You don't enjoy that here. Gordon says, oh, come on now. Oh, the only reason Bill is with her is because she has a winning personality, and she's with him because he's a sexual tyrannosaurus. Yes, sir, you are on. Big O, when Olympic basketball starts, we have a lot of overseas talent. So this year is going to start watching July or August. All right. C. Brink and C. Clark have skill. Reese, Draymond Green, no skill, just physical, not good for the sport. It's players you need, but Angel Reese has to understand she's not the one that they're watching in the WNBA. They might be watching to see what thuggery and stupidity she does because she is now a official train wreck. That's the only reason you watch Angel Reese, because she's a train wreck. What stupid thing is she going to do now? Oh, let me watch Angel Reese because she's sure to hammer the hell out of Caitlin Clark. Will there be a fight? That's why you're watching. You don't watch Angel Reese because of her talent. You watch it because of the drama and the thuggery. You're not watching because of anything else. That's what she's known for, the thuggery. Nothing more, nothing less. She's not known for being a great basketball player. Come on, man. Basketball is supposed to be a finesse sport, and she plays all physical with no skill because that's all she does down there. That's part that the women's game has that. They find big ladies to put in the middle to just block shots and get rebounds and pick paint and get paint points, but they're not really dynamic where they're popping outside. They've got no turnaround jumpers. They got none of that stuff, dude. None of that. The skill set is mediocre. Put it that way. So, do you hear some of the WNBA players in their pressers? Uneducated boys. Some of them need to go back. Well, I mean, that happens to a lot of young people coming out of college, male or female, so that happens a lot. WNBA, aka the Airball League. Yeah, I mean, when you watch the NBA, there's going to be a drop-off. Obviously, a huge drop-off. What are you going to do? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? All right, folks. Looks like I am out of here. Looks like we are done. Remember, you can, if you're listening to the show later on, You can always make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can always make a Bitcoin donation. We appreciate it. Also, if your business wants to join our platform, we can broadcast from your business anywhere, locally, statewide, nationally, internationally. We will travel. You send us wherever you want, and we will travel. We're there for you. And reach out to us, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. And don't forget to visit our merchandise shop. And there's a QR code. If not, the link is on our YouTube page, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find them there. Go to bigoradioshow.myshopify.com and check it out. Shirts, hats, blind ass fan shirts, 305 shirts that have to do with different team colors, all kinds of stuff. Polo dry fit shirts, Big O Show logo shirts, logo hats, and Big O Show Bitcoin hats too at the same time. So check all of those out, and please support the platform however you can. Visit our amazing sponsors like Caneswear. Remember, you can use our code BIGO10. You will get 10% off your purchase online or in person. And also online, if you order over $99, you'll get free shipping. Go get your Panthers gear. Go get your InterMiami gear. There's some InterMiami gear right here, baby. Go check it out at Caneswear, 2655 South University Drive in Davie. We'll be there broadcasting live on Wednesday. We'll see you all tomorrow. We thank Sean Stanley. We'll see you same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.